He's playing the members of the American public for suckers.
Mitt is indeed a choke artist. He choked.
He gets a free ride to the White House, and all we get is a lousy hat.
You can see how loyal he is. He was begging for my endorsement.
He has neither the temperament nor the judgment to be president.
Mitt was thinking about running again. Mitt chickened out.
Donald Trump tells us that he is very, very smart. I'm afraid that when it comes to foreign policy, he is very, very not smart.
Well, so much for the bromance. Pals no more. And to think they once spoke very highly of each other. Talking about Donald Trump and Governor Mitt Romney, who are now apparently sworn enemies. The two attacking each other in nationally televised speeches, but Governor Romney is not the only former GOP nominee to attack Trump. 2008 presidential nominee Senator John McCain joining in. In a statement, Senator McCain saying he has concerns about Trump's, quote, uninformed and indeed dangerous statements on national security issues. Former Romney deputy campaign manager and chair of the anti-Trump super PAC, our Principals PAC, Katie Packard joins us. Nice to see you, Katie.
Nice to see you, Greta.
Katie, why now? Why didn't Governor Romney come out last fall if he had such strong feelings about Donald Trump?
Well, I think like a lot of us that sort of see Donald Trump for who he really is, he thought that the American people would see this, that the media would focus in on his lack of serious policy proposals, that his opponents would, shine some light on that. That hasn't happened over the course of the campaign. And I think Governor Romney, particularly with some of the things that were said over the weekend that really were very alarming, with Donald Trump's refusal to immediately denounce David Duke and the KKK, and also, some of the success that he had on Super Tuesday. I think he felt like it was time for sort of a clarion call to say, hey, folks, now or never, and if we can't do it right away, then we're going to have to go to the convention with a contested convention.
Doesn't he worry, or don't you worry, don't Romney's his supporters worry that it looks pretty arrogant to be lecturing the American people on Donald Trump? I mean, Donald Trump, there's no surprise in Donald Trump. We've been looking at Donald Trump for the last 8 months. There was no sort of big surprise. And suddenly he's come, now Governor Romney comes out and says, he's a phony, he's a fake, and he's all these things. And a lot of American people feel very different. A lot of American voters, I should say, in the Republican Party apparently feel very differently about him.
Well, I don't think he was lecturing the American people. I think he was offering his opinion. You had Governor Jan Brewer on. She's allowed to have her opinion. He's the former nominee of the party. Of course he's allowed to have an opinion. And he was expressing that opinion. And I think he wanted to remind people of the really important issues that this president is going to be confronted with. And people don't know this information. You know the information because you're in this circle where you are on social media and you hear from people every single day. But on Super Tuesday, 55% of the voters that showed up on Super Tuesday had not heard about Donald Trump's refusal to disavow David Duke and the KKK. Most voters don't know that Donald Trump has this history of horrible business deals, that he inherited $200 million from his dad, and that he's really squandered a chunk of that. And so I think that this is important information for the American people to have before they vote.
I'm just learning now, of course, everything is so fluid in this race, as you might imagine, Katie, but John Roberts, one of my colleagues here at Fox News, has just emailed all of us saying, a confidant to Mitt Romney says, reports that he has instructed his closest advisors to explore stopping Trump at the convention is not true. Repeat, not true. So apparently stopping him at the convention isn't the governor's plans, at least not tonight.
Well, I mean, I think what he conveyed in his remarks today was that, that it may come down to that people should, vote for the candidates that are the strongest in these states. And when I say stopping him at the convention, that a contested convention where nobody reaches, 1237 in terms of delegate count, that's the name of the game.
Katie, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And breaking right now, the big Fox News debate about to kick off. Host of the 5, Kimberly Guilfoyle, is inside the debate hall in Detroit. Kimberly, if you were asking a question, what would be your question, and to whom would you submit that question?
Well, I think Marco Rubio has to be prepared tonight to answer the question that, Real Clear Politics has reported that his path to the nomination has virtually all but disappeared after the results of Super Tuesday. He would have to win 2/3 of the remaining delegates in order to secure the nomination. So if he doesn't win Florida and he's unable to do that, and Cruz also stays in the race, would he be prepared at that point to pull out?
Would you ask them to restate their pledge to support the front runner, the nominee of the party, because things have gotten pretty brittle between or among them?
That's a fantastic question, especially since it's narrowed down to these four that are vying for that top spot. And of course, with Donald Trump, far in the lead, are they willing to sacrifice their own personal ambitions to be able to support the GOP frontrunner and candidate, if in fact it is Donald Trump, and honor that pledge? And I think putting that question to them tonight is really a pivotal point, especially in light of what Mitt Romney said today in the speech, his remarks that were quite strong and strident against Donald Trump.
All right, Kimberly, you're a lawyer. You know it's much different being in the courtroom than being outside the courtroom. I'm outside the debate. I'm out in Washington. You're inside the debate room. Give me a sense of what it's like that I don't know and I can't see or feel.
I'm telling you, it is so loud behind me right now. People are going crazy. They're super excited. They were lined up first thing early this afternoon. And Greta, you're in D.C. You know the security there. Wow, is the security tight here. You've got all kinds of Secret Service. You've got bomb-sniffing dogs, everything. But this place is buttoned up. It's replete with excitement about tonight because people are expecting big things and definitely a contentious debate. And I was with Brett Baer earlier, and he was really excited. He was here. He was taking a look at the stage as early as 2 o'clock today, and he had his game face on. He's ready to go.
Kimberly Gilp, one of the stars of one of my favorite shows on the network, The Five. Kimberly, thank you.
All right, Greta.